What did Roman soldiers eat? It's a question that often piques the interest of history enthusiasts. After all, they were an integral part of one of the greatest and most influential empires in human civilization, the Roman Empire. To many, what these warriors ate is something shrouded in mystery. However, if you delve further into it, vast amounts of detail become available. So take a trip back over 2,000 years with us as we uncover just what went on their plates. Hello and welcome to Curious Media. But before we continue with the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get more amazing content. Now let's get this video started. In short, the typical Roman legionary consumed huge amounts of food. A diet high in calories was essential for the Roman soldier's diet. However, dietary needs were not fixed. From the beginning of the Roman Republic, around 509 BCE, to the fall of the Roman Empire, between the 4th and 5th centuries, the demands on soldiers and the quality of the personnel varied. For the sake of accuracy, we will emphasize the period of 117 CE, as that was when the empire reached its political and cultural zenith. Number 5. Bread and grains. In a time when sedentary jobs are common and obesity is widespread, many people think that a diet high in carbohydrates is to blame for poor health and being overweight. Still, grains were the main source of food for Roman legions in the 1st century. Cereal grains gave people quick energy that was needed on the battlefield and for training stamina. People ate bread, soups, stews, and pasta made from wheat. In the areas around Rome, the types of wheat were millet, emmer, and spelt. In places like Gaul in the north, where it was colder, grains like rye and barley were more common and were probably used to feed the Roman army. In the Middle East and North Africa, common types of wheat were bulgur and frike. The bottom line is that the average Roman legionary or auxiliary ate about 1/3 of a ton of grain every year. Number 4. Meat. You could be sure that these brave fighters didn't cut back on animal protein and fat. A soldier in the field was often given a pound of bacon every day. This ration could be made better by adding meat from cattle, pigs, sheep, or deer, depending on what was nearby and available. In places like Corbridge in modern-day Britain, where food was scarcer, soldiers were happy to eat rabbits, moles, foxes, and ducks. Whether the animal meat was boiled or roasted, it gave them the protein and iron they needed for strong muscles and a healthy body. After 20 years of service, many soldiers were given land grants so they could raise their own livestock, which is worth noting. During the Republican era, great generals like Marcus Porcius Cato wrote a lot about how to raise the best animals for both breeding and killing. Even though meat only made up about 1/4 of the calories in a Roman soldier's diet, it was still an important part of the food plan. Number 3. Cheese. Very few people visit and leave Italy today without trying some of its famous cheeses. The truth is that cheese has always been an important part of the Roman diet. Even for military people, the fat from cheese helped people stay healthy and live longer. Since many soldiers owned animals, they would use the milk from their animals to make their own cheese. Soldiers fighting in Northern Europe made cheese from the milk of cows they took captive. In the Mediterranean, milk came from sheep and goats more often than from cows. Roman conquerors taught their new subjects how to make cheese. Using rennet to separate curds from the whey, the Romans made cheese that actually got better with age. French and other people from the north had known only soft cheese that needed to be eaten quickly, or it would go bad. Number 2. Salt. Due to the susceptibility of meat to infection and decay, each legionnaire carried a salt ration. Especially in desert climates, foodborne illnesses were prevalent. Because sick soldiers weakened the entire legion, salt was essential. This condiment was so vital to their survival that they established military salt works where seawater was far off. Number 1. Wine. Wine was widespread in the Roman warriors' diet. There was not a wine consumed by the city's emperor, senators, or other nobles. In some ways, it was more chemically similar to vinegar, though wounded or sick men would sometimes merit a better grade of vino. Given the uncharted terrain the soldiers were tasked with traversing, drinking wine was much safer than water. Its antimicrobial properties against bacteria and pathogens made it an ideal beverage. Even though the modern principles of nutritional science had not yet been discovered, ancient warriors and their commanders were able to determine which foods made them feel healthy and strong. And a standard Roman military diet developed over time. And that brings us to the end of today's video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time. We'll see you later.